75 Igbo slaves who drowned themselves at Dunbar Creek in the U.S. state of Georgia in May 1803, rather than succumb to the indignities of slavery. It was seen as the ultimate act of rebellion against their captors, and the campaign, organized by Ifeanyi Mbanefo and Dr. Rosemary Nwangwu, is aimed at preserving their memory. The project has been introduced to key Igbo leaders in politics, business, and academia, as well as other eminent Nigerians. One of the eager subscribers to the idea is said to be the Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka.
Igbo men and women chained in the belly of that vessel had already endured the unimaginable, torn from their homeland, forced across the Middle Passage, and sold into a world that promised nothing but cruelty. Yet, when faced with bondage in a foreign land, they made a choice so defiant, so haunting, that it transformed them into legend. Led by their own voices, the captives rose against their oppressors. They overpowered the crew, and as the waters of Dunbar Creek lapped against the Georgia shore, the Igbo captives refused the life that awaited them. Instead, they marched into the water, singing as they walked. The water spirit brought us home, descendants say today. To some, it was a mass suicide. To others, it was a spiritual return, a refusal to let slavery claim their bodies or their souls. The event became known as the Igbo Landing, a story whispered in communities, passed through spirituals, and reshaped into folklore of the flying Africans who rose above their chains and returned to Africa through the sky. But what truly happened that day? Why has history tried to silence their voices? And why does the Igbo Landing remain one of the most powerful acts of resistance in the dark history of slavery?
Well, for more on this, I'm joined now in the studio by the co-creator of the Igbo Landing Project, Dr. Rosemary Nwangwu. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. You've clearly been inspired by these Igbo slaves and the backstory behind their decision to drown themselves in the sea off the coast of America more than 200 years ago. Tell us how you came across this story.
Well, as we interacted, thank you very much, Charles, for having me. As we've interacted with the intriguing history of Igbo slavery, of the slavery of the black man, the slave trade, and what it did with the cross-civilization and movement of people from Africa to the West and all of that. And we've